Not bad overall, not bad, not bad, not bad. But I will say it and be honest, not good. Yeah, so this is whatever, you're just hitting whatever you can. But yeah, this is whatever. The most important thing though here is right when you got first blood, I was like, okay, we need to base at some point. But we don't need it, we don't base now. That's no. It's not me telling you to base. It's we're looking at the timer, 49 seconds. Generally speaking, if you want to get to lane in time, you want to base at around 55, 56. Minutes too late. You probably lose a melee or two. But generally speaking, that's what you want to look at right after you get first blood. If you didn't get first blood, you don't have to look at it at all. The only thing you have to worry about is do I have HP for the lane, right? Which then you would apply the same concept if you did want to base, right? And right now, your HP is kind of low, so I would say you fall under the category of if you did get first blood, but even if you got an assist here, right? I would say that you still do want to base. So that's the first thing I looked at. Right when you got the first blood, I looked at the timer for 9 seconds. So I was like, we gotta look for a base here soon. Right when I saw that flash, we fuck off. We're done. There's no more. No more overstaying. If we back up right now and base, we will get to lane on time with the item lead that we have. And even if you didn't get a kill, you would get your HP back, and you'd probably get a potion, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you had enough kills, or enough assists. But yeah, right here I was like, channel the base. Boom, 57. Not bad. We'll get there in time. And then right here we identified that we didn't have boots. But yeah. One thing I noticed over time with your basing is you are not very fast at buying. High level players, they'll base, right? Okay, they're here. All their items will be purchased but before they even touch this line. The first thing you should always do immediately, before 20 minutes, this is before 20 minutes, is you click to this line right here. This line is the buy line, is where you can still buy. Something people don't know about, this line is the HP and mana line. You can get HP and mana just a bit further, but you can't buy there. And these are the tiny differences of you getting to lane 1 unit faster or whatever, right? But the most important thing I want to point towards is you should always finish like buying as you're moving, pretty much. You don't want to stand still. Okay, I'm buying my items. Okay, the items have been purchased, and then now you start going to bot. That's bad. That's low elo gameplay. You should base before 20 minutes. Click here. All your purchasing should be done from here to here. You should know exactly your item cost, whatever it is, right? If you play Caitlyn a lot. After 20 minutes, you click to here every single time. That's it. That's the furthest you can go. Because if you click past that, you know what happens. You lose your home guards, right? The fast movement speed. So yeah. Any questions there?
No,
and this is just optimization on gameplay of things that you already have to do no matter what, no matter who you are. Okay. Next up. Going into bot lane. Yeah, that's fine. You're getting a slight push, you missed your Q. Trades, this is fine. Nothing crazy. Alright, so right here, you can actually push it a bit further if you want in this situation. So this is trolling, by the way, what Senna's doing, in my opinion. Pretty. You guys can, if you guys want, like play like full up here. It is an option, but oh shit, sorry. But you have to ego the Moo Q. You have to ego it and dodge it and be really perfect. But I don't think what she's doing is smart. She could have done the exact same thing if she just stood right here. But it is what it is, what she did. So yeah, now you have to auto the Moo. I don't know why you autoed that minion, considering you couldn't last hit it. I'm not sure if you didn't know that you were able to, you weren't able to last hit it. But maybe it skewed you because you got the longsword. You're like, oh, 10 extra AD, let's go, baby. But yeah, right here, like this auto isn't really worth it. You have to auto the Moo instead, and then Q immediately.
Okay, for sure.
Yep. And it's these little details that do add up over time, whether you auto them or not. In that case, if the minion was like actual 1 HP, you can contemplate between both, but most of the time I would still go for a Mumu no matter what, considering he's jumping on my support and giving me the opportunity to actually hit him. It could be for free, it could not be for free, in the sense that you can lose a minion or two, who knows. But I would definitely hit the Mumu anyways, because he is exposing himself, allowing us to hit him. And over the long period, as Caitlyn Senna, I think it's worth it to have damage onto them rather than us get CS if I were to choose between both. If the damage is free, which it is free, right? It is free for you. Not free for Senna. Then I would go for it. If it's not free, then obviously go for the minion. Yeah, right here, you auto. Kite back, which is fine. You auto Amumu again, which is good. Auto Sivir again, which is good. I would go again. The reason I would go again, even though you attract minion aggression, is because Amumu no more Qs. He uses both, right?
Yeah,
Sivir,
just the bot now.
what does Sivir want to do?
Oh yeah.
She wants to last it. And
Yeah.
now, what do you have to last it? Nothing.
The cast.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing to last it. So, what can you do when you know Sivir wants to last it?
Just harass her.
Yeah,
Then
harass
she has
her.
to choose between
She has to
me or
choose. Yeah,
CS.
she has to choose between running and stacking CS and spacing your auto, or
Yeah.
she can be like, okay, I'm gonna accept your auto here, and I will get a minion, right?
Yeah.
And if she accepts the auto in this case, you can push it even further. Okay, she goes this, you do 1.
Yeah.
If she goes for this too, okay, you do 2. And in this entire time, the worst case scenario is these 3 hit you. Okay. Best case scenario is you get 2 hits. Amumu can never turn because he uses Q, right? And then you can get like even 3 or 4 if she's like even omega trolling. You know what I mean? And even if you take like this amount of HP, you know what you did to her? You did this to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're playing Caitlyn, you should always be paying attention to what do I have to do right now? Do I have anything to last it? Oh, I have nothing to last it? Okay. What does he have to do? And in most cases, you will always get the push first because people don't really want to contest Caitlyn. So you're able to harass the enemy AD carry when they want to look for a last hit. Now the only question is whenever you do that, okay, keep in mind of your enemy support's ability to harass you. So it's very common. This is very common, like formation in bot lane. ADCs out here, right? Supports doing some shit. One support usually ends up in this bush, right? Which creates more control for their AD carry. But whenever you go up to harass an enemy AD carry, have you already watched my improvement videos?
I watched some of them, but it was kind of a while ago.
Yeah. Anyways, a very important concept, which I'll bring up again, is the zone of influence concept, which is drawing out the maximum range and how fast abilities travel. And you fail to do that a lot of times, but that is a very important concept because right now the question is, okay, you can auto Sivir, right? Sivir cannot auto you because of that range difference, right? A Mumu Q doesn't exist because it's down. It's on cooldown, right? So these are the things that you need to be drawing out. However, let's say a Amumu Q is up, right? Let's just say it is up. Okay, right now, if a Amumu is standing right here, which no one would ever stand here, by the way, if this is the laning phase, what is the Amumu Q? Okay, Amumu Q is this range, right? But why does it not go through? Because it doesn't go through minions. But now you have to draw Sivir Q range. Okay, Sivir Q range is like, and it does go through minions, right? But it does less damage. But right here, it's okay because Amumu Q doesn't go through. But the point I'm trying to get towards is if you do decide to harass someone, right? Because they enter your zone of influence, or you're making them enter it because they want a minion, right? You have to draw out the enemy support. If I do this right now, what does the enemy support do? Right? I hit this guy. Does any support do anything? If no, okay, sure, I hit him. Free hit, because he has to go for the minion. So it's very important that you are mindful of what the enemy support can do if you decide to go for this. And it's very common. You will run into this so much because I don't think any ADC actually outranges Caitlyn, just considering no abilities. Does that make sense? So you're able to do this so often.
Just over and over.
Over and over again. Okay, you hit Sivir. Okay, we hit the Sivir. Now should we back off or should we do more? Okay, we should do more because she wants to last it again, right? Okay, we'll walk up a tiny bit in case she steps back a little bit, right? Auto again. Okay, now should we do more? Probably not. We should back off. Enemy sword's probably coming now, right? He's sticking his head out of the bush. Something along those lines. So be very mindful of that, and it will make your harassing a lot more what's it called? More systematic, and it's more like proper, right?
Yeah.
Right here, zone of influence. Very simple concept. We are inside Sivir Q range. But if she shoots it, what are we gonna do? You did nothing. You literally walked into it, if anything.
Yeah.
Here it is. Wait for it right here. Okay, you see the animation and you hear it.
Yeah.
First thing you should do? Okay, it's okay. Now we see where it's going. It's going here. Okay, what should we do? We should go here.
Yeah.
If we go here, what do we lose? Nothing. This is not gonna die. This is not gonna die, right? The Sivir Q will come back. Then we can come in range and slap a max range auto. Worst case scenario, if it gets that low, right? Right here, you were like, oh, Sivir Q, let's go into it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of dodging hard left or outranging it / kind of dodging away at the same time, you were like, okay, let's go into the Sivir Q so we can take the damage instead. So this is very simple zone of influence concept, right? Sivir's right here. He has the ability to shoot the boomerang. If he does decide to shoot it, what am I gonna do? You said I'm gonna go into it. If I was here, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna fuck off. I don't want to get hit by it, right?
Yeah.
Unless like there's something more valuable that I am willing to tank the Sivir Q to get. Does that make sense? Like, am I like killing someone else that's like higher target than Sivir? Like that's a team fighting, right? Like I'm gonna tank a Sivir Q here because I can kill a Fed Nocturne. Worth, right? I'm gonna tank the Sivir Q here because I can secure the dragon with this last auto, right? These are the things that, like, zone of influence doesn't mean you should always be perfectly spacing everything, right? It's okay to enter someone's zone of influence, right? For Sivir, in this case, it's okay to enter your Caitlyn's zone of influence, which is auto range, because she wants to last hit, right? Obviously, she can position a little bit better sometimes, but the question is always, like, is what I'm doing here, what I'm gonna get for tanking whatever ability I'm about to tank, worth it? If not, okay, then you should do everything you can to dodge the ability, whether it's flash, whether it's spacing, whether it's not even entering the range in the first place, right? So that's what you have to ask yourself when it comes to that concept. Right here, you ain't got nothing to do. I don't know why you're walking to the Sivir Q. You were gonna get that minion regardless after the Sivir Q is done, but then for some reason you decided to tank it and then get the minion too. But yeah.
Yeah. Not worth.
Next up, right here. The minion wave is for sure going towards Sivir. Our objective right now is to get level 2 first, but you don't want to do too quickly.
Yeah.
You've already been taught many times the 3-wave cheater base, right? All that stuff, fancy jazz.
Yeah.
You do need to adhere to it. So right here, we have already established the push. 100%, right? 3 mages, right here, 3 versus 2. Double long range right here too. Here's what you need to do in this situation. Stand here. Senna stands here, and all you need to do is last hit. And our objective here in this situation is to slow push the wave. And what this does is that makes it really uncomfortable for your opponents because they can't walk up. You already know a Mumu Q range, right? You played against Mumu millions of times, right? Right here, from this positioning, he can't land the Q. Unless he flashes, then maybe he can land it. But if he flashes, then you know what you do? You flash. you're good, right? Unless he does some crazy shit where he flash predicts your flash. But anyways, if you enter this bush and you stand here, it's impossible for the Mumu to land Q, right? What's the furthest range, right? He stands right here. It's like, maybe right there if we're trying to push it, maybe?
Yeah.
If we're trying to Omega push it, but you're right here. So then the only thing you can do is flash. If you see flash, you flash, right? Yeah. Or you ego juke left because no one's gonna flash and then shoot their hook left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might flash, shoot the hook right. That's an angle, but yeah, most of the times they'll flash, shoot the hook regular. So yeah, you're standing right here, and the reason why I stand here is because Sivir now has to draw your zone of influence. Caitlyn auto range, right? You draw Sivir's zone of influence range. It's like right there. It's like it's measly low range, right? So in this case, when you're standing here, the Sivir pretty much can never walk up. You are already accounting a Mumu Q. The only thing you're not accounting for is if a potential random Nocturne level 2 gank with a Mumu flash predict Q. Then that could happen, but very rare. Anyways, the point is you're holding this positioning to hold them back so that you're able to just only last hit. And they have to lose minions. Obviously, Sivir can throw max range Qs, right? Sure, go for it, right? But you lose mana as Sivir. Yeah. No, right? You lose mana, and now you slowly run them out of their resources. That's why I told you to run POM, because you regain your HP through D-Blade and Bloodline and put HP potions. You have nothing to regain your mana. So that's why you run Presence. So by having Presence, you regain your mana infinitely, and by having D-Blade and Bloodline and Potion, you regain your HP infinitely, in theory. If you're able to stay in lane that long, right? And Senna Qs, I guess, in this case, if you want to bring that up. And you can pretty much out-sustain someone infinitely to the point where you've never run out of resources as long as you're playing properly. But going back to my point, right here, you're holding range here, Even if a Mumu goes here, he's not going to kill the Senna. She has Q and heal, right? And he only has probably 1 Q. Sivir can't get to the fight. Why? You exist. So a Mumu will never kill Senna, 1v1. So if they do decide to go for that play, then all you have to do is zone Sivir and poke her if she decides to walk up. If she walks up and just walks towards Senna, fucking kill her. Does that make sense? If she does the weird thing where she tries to walk around, then you kind of hold the zone, but then now you start hitting a Mumu. And if you're hitting a Mumu, Senna's hitting a Mumu, and Sivir is hitting nothing. Does that make sense? But Amumu is hitting
Yep.
Senna, who wins. 2 people are doing damage in a fight, but only 1 person's fighting back because this guy is zoned off by you right here. You guys win, right? So that is how you play it here. And in most cases, what's gonna end up happening is Amumu AFKs right here, Sivir AFKs, maybe throw some max range boomerangs, and if they lose mana, they lose mana. If they don't throw a boomerang, then they lose gold, which is a win, right? So that's what you need to be doing here. Is the overall concept here is you're not playing to win. Over the entire course of the game is you're not trying to do something to pressure or like try to like win the game is how I put it. Like it's a mentality of like a hunter, you know what I mean? A hunter looks for every tiny thing they can, right? Is they're hungry, they want to win. And it doesn't seem like it's coming from your gameplay, at least from just this game. Here, in this case, right? You're not looking to try to like do more when you can, right? I'm not telling you to int, right? I'm not telling you to like go fucking hard. I'm telling you to try to maximize your pressure as much as you can and to minimize the risk you receive in return. Right now, this is not maximization because right now you are in range to last hit these minions. That is step number 1, right? Now, if you stand here,
opportunity.
You are in range to still last hit these minions, but you are also in range to fuck with this guy's mind. To make him think, oh shit, if I walk up, he can auto me, right? And if he actually does walk up, what do? Hit him. Hit him, right? And actually do damage to him. There's more he can do, right? And if you want to throw in a third equation, a third one into the mix, okay, we can position in a way where we can avoid the jungle gank, but be in position to last hit minions, but also zone at the same time. And now you have to come up with some positioning to do all 3, right? So you see how you right now are standing here to achieve the last hits. Good job, right? Step number 1. And assist the Senna right away, I guess. That's you're doing 2 things. But then I was thinking what you can do here is you can stand right here. You can be in range to last hit minions. You can be in range to hit Sivir and be ready to move over to help Senna. That's 3 things that I've achieved now from the difference in positioning. And obviously, again, I've already ran through all the situations of Amumu potentially flash queuing you, right? You have to keep that in mind. It is a possibility, and you can get outplayed. It will happen, right? But what I wanted to do achieve a lot more. And like if you want to go down further the rabbit hole of that, you're zoning Sivir from gold, so that's even a 4th thing, right? And if you're really good, you're zoning Sivir from EXP, which I don't think will happen because the wave's coming up. But yeah, anyways, you're reducing her resources because she's using Q for mana to last hit minions. If she's not, she's losing the gold. And if she's actually really bad, then she's losing HP, which is like best case scenario, right? And then maybe you'll tank a little bit, you'll back up to reset the aggression, and then you should be good. Any questions here?
No, that's good.
You want to maximize what you're doing here. Okay, right here, you have nothing to last hit, right? Nothing. What does Sivir want to do? This, right? So in this situation, what does the Amumu want to do? He wants to look to Q you. Okay, he can't Q you. Why? Because you have minions right here. So you want to walk here, auto the Sivir, because she wants to hit this. Okay, after you auto the Sivir, you enter her zone of influence, her Q, right? Okay, we auto Sivir. Now, what's the next thing we should do immediately? Move. Because Sivir will auto this, and then what she can do next? Q your ass, right? Yeah. She's gonna Q your ass. So what are we gonna do? Okay, we're gonna move left. If she shoots it, okay, we look like a god now. Now we can walk up 1 more step and auto again because we can punish the range difference. There's a massive range difference, right? So you can walk up, auto 1 more time, back off, reset aggression, boom, 2 autos. Now on to the next thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. So right there, off of one mage minion being low, you're able to land 2 autos, potentially dodge a Q, and yeah. But let's say you walk up, you auto, you juke, no Q. Okay, shit, we can't walk up now. Now you juke right. Okay, no Q at all, back up. And then reset the situation and figure it out, and then do it again. Okay, next minion, right? Because you do 1 juke, if it doesn't come out, you do 1 more juke right, doesn't come out, now you try to outspace to escape the range. And then you figure out the next minion that you want to play for. Okay. But right here, you did nothing. What is this? Why do we want to push? You've already been taught a million times the 3-wave, right? 3-wave crash. You're not 3-wave crashing. And we don't need to rush 2 here because we're going to get 2 first no matter what anyways, right? Assuming both sides only last it, we're going to get 2 no matter what. If they don't last it and they try to shove the wave, if they shove the wave, you hit them. Does that make sense? And they're not going to shove the wave. I promise you 100%. 100% of Sivir Amumu. So right here, you should just be slowing down the wave as humanly as much as possible. Hitting the Sivir, if she tries to go for last hit, and zoning her from the wave. Forcing her to Q if she wants to last hit, make her lose resources, and eventually we're gonna hit 2 anyways. Obviously, in a more closer matchup, then yes, you can push for 2 here if it's like actual literally even, right? Maybe the matchup is Ashe and like another long range. I don't know, fucking Vel'Koz. then maybe we push for 2, but right here there's no push. But right here you're allowing Sivir access to the wave. Obviously this melee is fucking idiot, right? But right here, it's just you could have just zoned, right? And then just play the wave way slower. If she's really stupid, you can slowly poke her down. But right there, you gave her access to the wave. They eventually know they should back off, which is smart of them. It's a bit too late, but yeah. Anyways, we're here with the level 2. Very straightforward. Go forward. Go forward, land everything, win. You did not do anything with this level 2. There was so much you could have done. Right here. Okay, level 2. Go, 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 go. Okay, this guy's an idiot. What should you do here? Immediately, you should move down and start autoing the Mumu.
Yeah.
And you can place traps, I guess. It's not a big deal. It's whatever you want. But the most important thing here is you should poke a Mumu, but stay out of range of Sivir. Or you can enter her range and poke a Mumu. If Sivir starts hitting you, you can start hitting Sivir instead. Because you still win, even if you tank the 3 mages. Level 2 Caitlyn, level 2 Senna versus level 1 Amumu, level 1 Sivir. 3 mages, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. On top of that, you have 2 potions. And an extra longsword, don't forget that. Right here, you hit nothing. No, you didn't play passive. You did nothing. A passive person would hit the Mumu twice and then fucked off. You were AFK. What did you do there? Go back. Let's see what you did there. Let's see what you did there. And a level 1 Amumu queued forward into a Senna while you guys were still level 2. What did you do? Am I right?
Yeah, pretty bad.
In this case, you know what I would have done here? I would auto this Amumu like 50 times. It would be an auto 50 times. I'd be here, auto. I'd move here, auto. Okay, Sivir starts hitting me. I start autoing Sivir instead. Fuck you, Sivir.
Yeah.
Right. And start maybe placing 1 or 2 traps. See what happens if you can randomly land it. Probably on the Mumu, somewhere around here. And then land like a million autos on them. You and Senna, and just run them down. Okay.
Yeah.
Now focus on the mages. Finish them off. Crash and start poking the tower or them. Right. I'm reordering it. But you see how you did nothing there? There's just nothing. There's no hungerness, which leads back to what I was talking about earlier. You want to be hungry to hurt your opponents, try to get the leads that you can, and minimize what you receive in return. Right there, what are they gonna do? They're level 1. It's already minimized. What do they do? Sivir, let's say Sivir lands everything, auto Q, right? Let's say she lands everything. Let's say you miss everything, right? QW, and you only auto her. You still win because you have an extra longsword and you have level 2 advantage.
Yeah.
Even if you missed your Qs and all your W. This was really good, by the way. And then right here, I don't know why you didn't auto the Amumu. Right here, I'll show it. Not when he was rooted. But right here. Okay, this was clean. Good, back up, Q. Okay, auto, perfect. Right here, why aren't you walking up? Why are you running away? You've already cleared the tower range for the QW.
Yeah.
We have 4 mages. We can land 1 auto here on the Mumu. And if you can't land an auto on the Mumu because he's AFK, then land an auto on the tower.
Yeah.
Think about it like this. Every time you don't auto a turret, you lose the damage forever. Does that concept make sense? It never comes back, ever. For the rest of your life. Once the game's over, you still lost it. Does that make sense? It sounds kind of silly, right? But the point is right here, you fucking you demolish the Sivir. If a Mumu was AFK, you have 4 mages. Why don't you do the tower 1 time? Right? 1 time. Okay, maybe 2 times. If they don't clear it fast enough. Okay, Mumu's here, sure. Slap the Mumu once, right? And don't take tower aggression. That's the most important thing, right? You're not taking tower aggression. You already cleared it. Auto Q went through, clear, done. Tower doesn't know you exist. Okay, next up, walk up. Right? We have 4 mages. If we have 2 mages, okay, little sus. Does that make sense? Because they're gonna get level 2 soon. A Mumu might land some weird Q. Who fucking knows, right? Okay, back off. But we have 4 mages. 2 of them are 1 HP. Sure, I get it, right? Then don't stand here for the Mumu Q in between, right? Stand here.
Yeah.
Land an auto on a Mumu. Okay, he gets rooted. Maybe move a bit here. Auto him again. Okay, now you can fuck off, right? Okay, no Mumu. Mumu is AFK, okay? Okay, now stand here, 1 auto. Stand here, 1 auto. Okay, run away. 2 autos done.
Yeah.
You're trying to maximize every tiny thing you can. And the reason why I can do this is because of your range. Even if Sivir wasn't 1 HP, right? You can still do this.
Yeah.
But right here, you're AFK again. AFK, I guess you're hitting the next wave, but you could have done more. Does that make sense? And
For sure.
What ended up actually happening was the Amumu got rooted.
Yeah.
So okay, what should we do? What should we do? There's more of a reason to push what I wanted to do. So you do this, you do that. Okay, you see the Amumu.
Yeah.
Hit by the W.
Because this kind of hits the W, I move up right away.
Why is your character facing this way? Your character should be facing straight towards this son of a bitch, right? And again, I already made my point clear, right? Even if the Senna doesn't shoot W, let's say she leveled her E, right? You should already be moving up anyways, right? Because we want, what do we want to do? We want to hit the tower. Okay, we can't hit the tower because the Mumu's here. Okay, hit the Mumu. As the auto's flying, clear the tower, one step. And then once the auto lands, okay, now go back in, slap another auto, and then you run away, right?
Yeah.
So regardless of whether Senna lands her W or not, you should have already been moving forward. Now the Senna actually shot her W, which is real now. It's real now, right? Right when it lands, you should recognize. Okay, where's the move gonna be? W, right? W, land auto, right? Let's say you're up here. You W, land auto, and then you back up auto again from the W trap, right? And then now you maximize what you were able to do there with 2 extra autos onto a move. This is a very late.
Yeah.
Right here, I wouldn't have W'd. I would just auto him once and then call it a day.
Yeah.
Auto him once.
I already knew it was late.
Yeah, and then fuck off and then focus on the wave. That's it.
Okay.
What you should do here is you should rotate over here and just start autoing the wave. If Sivir walks up, then you start pushing up a little bit.
Okay.
Here's the thing, is even if a Mumu lands Q on you, I don't think you die. You take a lot of chunks, but I don't think you die. And I think you'll be fine because of 2 potions. So you should rotate here, start autoing the wave. Obviously, don't lose minions that are out of range. Like, you land them, right? But you just want to push the wave a bit faster with your headshot. That's how it works, right? You stand in a bush, you get 2.
Yeah.
You want to push a little bit faster. If Sivir does decide to walk up, try to touch anything, same concept as before, right? So what does Sivir want? She wants this. Okay, maybe stick my head up, auto. If a Mumu lands Q, I don't care. Full HP Caitlyn, 2 potions, extra longsword, right? I have Senna Qs. If you're chunked a little bit, which you should never be chunked in this matchup, then you maybe think twice about doing that, right? About what I just said. Maybe play out here instead. But right here, you're fine. Senna's got the idea. Right there. Okay, dodge. Zone of influence. What are you doing?
Oh no.
Again.
I'm inting.
Yep. Animation. Okay, right here. Where's it going? Okay, right here. Boom. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna fuck off over here. Once it returns, then okay, walk up.
Yeah.
Should not be tanking that. Now, another concept that I haven't brought up yet is the melee distance movement. So right here, you said, okay, fuck that mage minion. I want this. Smart, right? That's correct. Okay, so you do that. What you should be doing here is you should be in preparation, getting prepared for this mage minion auto. This happens on Vayne a lot. So most of the time, if you had Q here, you'd probably just Q and line up both, right? But let's say you're playing Vayne and your Q is down on Vayne, and let's say your Condemn is down too. Okay, so you have nothing. What can you do here as Vayne with if you're Condemn and your Q is down to last hit both? If you're focused on the mage, okay, the cannon.
I was focused on the cannon?
Yes. If you want the cannon first, and then you want the mage after, and you're playing Vayne with no Q, no E, what would you do? But you had to had to hit the cannon first. What would you do?
Just auto last hit it. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, let's say you were a Vayne here. Okay. Here's what you want this, but you don't want to hit this first. If in case this dies, right? It's more important. And you have no QE. As Vayne, if you're standing right here, you should go melee range to this cannon, as close as possible. If the cannon's still alive, then you can go over here as Vayne.
Oh, you're talking about the range,
Yeah. And then you'd auto the cannon, and then now you would go in melee range of this, and then hit this mage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the auto travel,
it
comes out faster. It has less distance to travel. Obviously, now the question is if you did this, will you die? That's a different question, right? Remember? Zone of influence. Now, that's besides the point. Let's assume these guys don't exist, right? That's what you would do, right? Now, in this situation, now these guys exist. Okay, what do we do? What should we do? We should still walk here because we know Sivir no Q, right? It's down. So the zone of influence doesn't matter. If a Mumu Qs, it doesn't matter. Why? Because there's a melee right here, right? And you're standing right here. So you're fine. Unless the Mumu like shoots it over here and then like tethers it to the left. Does that make sense? Which happens
Yeah,
sometimes. But yeah. But right here, the best bet is we go here, auto, get as close as possible, and then auto. That's what you do here.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is that's a little concept, and you might have actually gotten it if you actually went melee range. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm not saying you would have gotten it. Okay, I'm just saying that's what you have to do
In those types of situations.
Yeah, in those situations, yes. And it happens one more time again in this entire game. And I'm bringing it like a lot of emphasis onto one tiny concept, but I'm very focused on every detail of the game. That's why I'm bringing it up for you. But yeah. Anyways, right here, there's a trap angle. Okay, good. Back up. Beautiful. Slap him with an auto. Beautiful. I'm assuming you use target champions only.
Yeah.
Slap him with Q. Beautiful. Very nice. And start focusing the wave. Right here, you can instead hit the tower or hit the moon if you want with these two mages. Both options are fine to start playing the wave or hit the tower or Mumu. They're both fine. It doesn't matter. But what I would do here, for sure, right here, is I would move into the tip of the brush and start autoing. And make sure you're very mindful of what stacks you're on, because if you're on 5 stacks, I believe you instantly
you get the
headshot. Yeah. So you don't want to like do a missed last hit or something. And then be mindful of Sivir walking up into auto range. If she plays her Q range, then you respect it. It is what it is, right? You can't hit her. But if she plays for auto range, like on, like so it's gonna solidify right here, right? The minions. If she actually plays to walk up, then you can leave the brush and then make her back up. Don't let her auto the wave, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, right here, you should for sure be in the brush. 100% in the brush right here. Last hitting if you're fast pushing. And then right here, that auto should have never happened. It should be up. Right here. Exactly right here. And then be ready to juke up or down, depending on server Q. A Mumu Q will never hit you, and last hit these. And then if she ever walks up, you already know what to do. I don't need to tell you. Yeah, but that was illegal. I think there was one round before that was illegal. Not allowed to happen. Alright, right here. Were you suspecting that they're gonna gank you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you moved away? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys start running.
Just felt
Flash,
suspicious.
good. Right back. Okay, Flash. I would keep running. This is fine. Fine. You need to cleanse down. Cleanse down.
Yeah, insta cleanse.
Yep, insta cleanse and start autoing. And start moving backwards. Because it's the only thing you can cleanse. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
the only thing you can cleanse is
it should be automatic.
And Mumu Q. So you should be like, okay, what's the one thing I can cleanse here immediately to get damage faster? Mumu Q. Okay, cleanse immediately when it comes out.
Yeah.
Now for the entire fight overall, so you guys decide to start running, which is good. The first thing you should do here is Q the Silas Q. Q2. It seems like such a small detail, right?
Yeah, it's free.
But the point is you want to dodge Q2 damage and also aid in towards your escape at the same time. You want to go this way, right? Towards turret. So right here, what we should do is we should have position up here a bit more. So see flashes, which is good. You tried like entering it for some reason. I would immediately start moving here right now. So you went here, which is fine. I would go here now. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to line yourself up in a position where when you E, it can hit the Sivir to do 40 damage maybe. But it also aids in your running away at the same time. Because if you go here and then E here, it doesn't hit anything. But if you do enter close enough, Silas can W. So you have to find that happy medium where you kind of moved in a little bit, out of range of Silas W, and then you E in this direction. Or you can E in this direction, which is closer to Mumu. I'm sorry. And then you'll dodge the Q2 damage very likely, unless he predicts you. And he's crazy.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is you E towards tower. But I'm just trying to get a bonus here where you're trying to hit something at the same time.
Okay.
And I would say this, your E was kind of odd, because it wasn't actually towards the tower. It was it was used in a way where it was pure damage. Like it was kinda towards tower, but not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you did land the damage portion, which is not the biggest priority in this situation, but I guess you got that part covered. Okay, now you realize, okay, there's a turn angle.
Yeah.
So let's see, how do you play this? So you use flash already, you use E. I would immediately start kiting back here. Kite, I would go left. I don't know why you stayed here. You see a Mumu posturing.
Yeah.
We go here.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And maybe we continue autoing. But then you're in the open. What you're inside a Mumu Q range, what is he gonna do? He's gonna use it, right?
Yeah.
So the overall fight wasn't played well in terms of your E usage and where you're standing to actually turn an auto.
Okay.
And then the execution, once you went down this poor rabbit hole, is you didn't cleanse the Mumu Q either immediately. Boom, cleanse it, start outputting more autos. And start moving backwards too. Goodbye. Okay. Any questions so far? Very tiny details to worry about, but that's how you need to be thinking.
No, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Right here, you can't really zone Sivir, wave's too big, so I wouldn't really do anything crazy. I just make sure you focus on dodging Q.
Yeah.
Yep, dodge Q2. That's it. That's it. Beautiful. That's it. Okay, perfect. And then you held one mage meter. I like that a lot. This is good. It'll slow push towards them, but the point is we're in a position that's not here, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's safer by a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Which is good. Perfect. Right here, you saw Nocturne mid. He was literally just on the wave. So you know he's mid lane for sure. I would stand around right here, with no intention of actually autoing Sivir. The intention is just
To zone.
to fuck with the Sivir and be like, I can hit you, right?
Yeah.
And if she actually does walk up, then hit her. But again, be mindful of her Q. You should be ready to dodge it. You already know how fast it travels, right? How long the range is relative to her current positioning. You should always be ready to dodge if she does decide to shoot.
Yeah.
But she should never be allowed to auto. Okay, now a Mumu Q is here. Okay, now this gets a little sus, right? Because if you do decide to walk up, what happens in Mumu Q, right? If you auto. So how you would do this is you'd think about standing around over here. Still be mindful of Sivir Q, but the Mumu Q is the most important thing. And then if she does decide to auto, try to look for something. Try to weave in something into her face, right, with an auto. But yeah, right here, you should be around over here.
Yeah.
Because you'll be in range to still last hit this melee, right? But you'll also be in range to attack Sivir. But you're also inside Sivir Q range, if that makes sense. So you have to be mindful, it's ready to juke right. You should commit to juking right, because if you juke left, where does that leave you? A Mumu Q, right? But if you're here, a Mumu Q can't hit, unless he does a crazy weave. Sivir Q can hit, but you're already ready to dodge that, right? Sivir auto can never land because you've already outspaced it, right? And you can always turn around and auto this melee minion if you really want to. The only thing now you're worried about is Nocturne, but we already saw it. He's here. He can't get to bot. He can't run full speed to bot lane through the crowd, right? To just randomly gank you for no reason. So you're perfectly fine there. But yeah, right there, I personally think those two Sivir autos are kind of illegal. The first one is illegal for sure. The second one can be legal because if she autos, right when she kills the minion, the Mumu can Q, right? If you're standing behind it. So it can be legal, but I trust you're good enough to E it if you think the Mumu Q is gonna come right after, or just to even move in a way where you're ready to dodge it already.
Okay.
Another illegal, right? You have nothing to last hit, right? Sivir is randomly autoing a minion. Okay, right here, slap an auto, back off.
Should be, yeah.
Yep.
Should take the trade.
Another concept I can explain to you is, when it comes to last hitting minions, 99% of the time you've been taught and you're learning to just kill the minion when you can, right? With whatever AD you have. But there's another concept that you can apply, and I call it last hitting.
Okay.
So it's killing a minion not when you're able to kill it, but killing it when it's the last possible second. And it doesn't have to be the last possible second. It can be like a couple hits before the last second. It can be like, so the point is last hitting is like 20 HP of the minion, right? Maybe you can do a variation where it's like 30 or 40 or 50 HP. You don't need to have the exact number, just have the idea, the concepts there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can probably kill a minion right now at around 95 damage, right? But instead of killing it at 95, you can kill it at 20 or 30 if you're really careful about the diseases. And what does that do? That makes it so that the minions on the map a bit longer, doing more damage to your minions, right? And it slows down a wave. 99% of the time you do it. 1% of the time you do it. I'm not saying you're gonna do it here, okay? You shouldn't be doing it here. It's kind of, I don't know why you'd want to do it here, but there are times when you will want to do it, and you will know that you want to do it. You'll be like, oh shit, I forgot the Sasuke concept last hitting, right? I want to do it here because I want to slow down this wave because my jungler is on the way and he needs that extra 0.5 seconds to get here, like before the wave crashes. Does that make sense? Then that's when you can do it. Or when you're doing a freeze and you're like, okay, I need to be very mindful because right now I pulled exactly 4 mages. I could fuck it up, you know what I mean? Then you can do that. But I just want to explain that concept, that concept is there, and you can use it when you do run into that situation. I'm not telling you to use it here. Don't forget that, okay? I'm just saying it's just there. But anyways, right here, you have nothing to last it, right? You can kill this. Don't get me wrong. You can kill it, right? When you hit it. But you don't have to. Does that make sense? Because you can last hit it. Because right now, what should we do? Sivir wants to hit this minion. Okay, slap, run away, right? Slap, run away. As you're running away, dodge a Sivir Q, left or right, or if she doesn't shoot it, then you're good. But that should be 1 auto. Right there. Remember that concept? The go forward melee range last setting. Right there. I'm not saying you would have got it. Okay. I'm just saying you had no intention to even try. Does that make sense? To try to go for it. If I saw the intention there, I'd be like, okay, he tried. He didn't get it. It is what it is, right? Then I'd be like, okay, that's good. But there was no intention to try for it. And I'll show it again. And if you don't trust it at all, just Q. You can do that too. Because you are full mana. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, right here, melee range.
Oh no, okay, I see.
Maybe. Again, I'm not saying you would have got it.
Pretty tight.
I'm just saying the concept is there to be utilized, right? But remember, if you do it, Sivir Q. It's an angle, right? That she can do towards you, and she can do it freely because even if she lands the Q through this entire wave, it'll still push towards her. So she won't be punished for shooting that Sivir Q. So I'm saying the concept is there, but the question now is, should you use it there? Should you have gone melee range there to last it? Personally, I don't think so, because the Sivir Q would have landed, right? And you don't really have a lot of liberty to juke. So what you should have done instead was you should have been like, okay, I can't do the melee trick because I can get hit by a Sivir Q. Okay, what am I gonna do here? Caitlyn Q instead. Boom. I'll Caitlyn Q both, but I won't hit the next wave. Or if you don't give a fuck, you can hit the next wave while you're at it too, right? To push even faster. That's up to you.
Yeah.
So I'm explaining a lot of concepts. But it's not always good to use them. Does that make sense? You have to be able to identify when you use each thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Right here, this is such a bruh moment. You have nothing, absolutely nothing to last it. I mean, yes, you have one thing to last it, because you already hit it. But you see a Sivir Q come full speed flying towards you, and you're like, alright, I'm not even gonna try. I've accepted it. But for what? What do you get? What do you get for
I love Sivir Q, bro. It tastes so good.
Do you get to dodge a Mumu Q? Like, would you like do you dodge a Mumu Q? Are you securing Baron? Are you securing Dragon? Like nothing. You're just like, I want this Sivir Q.
Just letting her hit me for free.
Just let her hit for free.
Okay.
Right there. Again, you don't need a last hit the minion. I think you can hit a Mumu here. You can hit a Mumu a long time ago, and then still hit the minion after. On top of that, it was a headshot too. It would have done more damage.
Okay. I'm actually hard into it.
You would have got the, if you're gonna lose it, okay, go for the minion, okay? More important, right? But you're not gonna lose it. You had so much time to slap the Mumu one time because he entered your zone of influence. But why is he entering your zone of influence? Okay, he thinks targeting this melee is more valuable than his HP getting chunked by 1, right? So if he's gonna do it, then take advantage of it, right? Okay, we slap an auto. Okay, now we get this minion that's about to die, right? Because our auto attack is gonna come back up. But if you identify there, okay, I'm not gonna be able to hit this minion. I'm not gonna be able to get this minion if I hit Mumu. Okay, then don't hit the Mumu. Go for the minion, right? I value the minion more than the Mumu's 1 chunk HP of auto, right? But right there, you had plenty of time, right? As we can see here, I'll play it back. You had plenty of time. Right here. Right here, Amumu is clearly walking up. Okay, walk up. So we already tanked the server Q, so there's no zone of influence, right? There's no server Q. Amumu Q will never hit you in a million years, right? In this situation, let's see. Even if he flashes it, I don't think it even hit you. But anyways, he's not gonna do it. Big wave, right? Like, Amumu's walking up. Okay, slap an auto, reset minion aggression with brush, and then we hustle this minion, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if the minion doesn't start falling too much, we do twice. 1, 2, into here we go. Reset aggression. But yeah, continuing on. Ooh, goodbye, my good sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, my good sir. Yeah, Senna was like wanted to look around. Nothing to ward. Nothing happening. Figured barely wins on the cusp of fucking God.
God bless.
Alright. And then right here, I was also kind of confused what to do because I was like, ooh, are we gonna get ganked? And I see Nocturne mid, I'm like, oh, okay, we can go.
Yeah.
So right here you can maybe look for something if you see Nocturne mid. So right about now, when we saw Nocturne mid.
Yeah.
Okay, we should walk up with the wave. Walk up with the wave and try to land like an auto or two on the tower or maybe them.
Yeah.
If we have a ward, sure, go ward. Oh shit, there's pink ward? Clear the pink ward, then go back, right? This is a very common thing throughout the game, where you did these 4 steps of League of Legends. If you have the ability to push, you push. Step number 1. Step number 1's done, right? Step number 2, get vision / clear vision. Step number 3, you push again. Step number 4, you execute. Execution can mean a million things. It can mean hitting tower, it can mean hitting them, it can mean basing, it can mean doing dragon, it can mean doing camps. It can mean going to clear vision again and looking for picks when they walk in. It can mean literally anything. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
I'll show you throughout the game as we go through the game again. But right here, you just step number 1. Okay, step number 2, do vision. Okay, no vision. Okay, then just jump to step number 4. Because we can't do step number 3 because there's no push, right? We can just execute.
Yeah.
What's the execute here? Okay, hit the Mumu Sivir, or hit the tower once or twice, right? And then back off. Okay, now I push. Okay, now we knew Nocturne entered bot side. We saw it. I was like, Nocturne's going to red. Okay, we don't have to be here any longer. Okay, base. That's fine.
Yeah.
Base, grab items. You base. You ran here. Good. You should E while you're still in the base if you're full mana, by the way. So right here. You already bought your items, E. You E, you land here. You still regain mana from here to here. Right?
Yeah.
And the faster you use their E, the faster it comes up. I'm not saying you're gonna use it again, okay? I suggest you don't use it again, right? Unless you really want a cannon EXP or a cannon minion. But I'm just saying.
You might need to. Yeah. For whatever reason.
Who knows? And who knows? Maybe right here, there's people about to gank you right now, right? If you use your E faster, you would have it faster around here, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yep, and then I told you to hard shove because if Sivir stays, we have massive item advantage over her. If she bases, then we get plates. What does she do? She base. Unless they're all sitting in this bush waiting to ambush you, then you're fucked. But yeah, which is a possibility. It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, push. Take plates. Juke downwards maybe for the Sivir Q. I would hit it once or twice more, but it looks like you guys wanted to go to red because Nocturne is blue because Nocturne's in, which is fine. They rotate over. You got lost, by the way. Your camera got lost completely. I saw that shit.
Yeah.
You should have known. Okay, where's Nocturne going? Even if Nocturne full turns on Anivia, he's fine. You want to know why? Senna ult, Caitlyn ult, pew! Like double long range. So what you're doing here, instead of moving towards the path, it's the full cutoff. And if he full turns on Anivia, okay, Anivia can damage him with her abilities. You can double ult with Senna Caitlyn, and it's a rough time for him. I'm not saying you would have got the Nocturne, but but you were useless. Okay, you rotate back. Start setting up traps. The way you should set up your traps here is 1, 2, 3, like that. So then you can infinitely you can just infinitely play here. Yep.
Yeah.
But like you end up hitting both, which is kind of troll from them. But yeah. Okay, good damage, good damage, good damage, beautiful. Side note, you're not using your potion. Please, for the love of God, use your potion. When you know it's a full 100% all-in, you should be using your potion. Zone of influence on server Q, we're getting hit by it for no reason. Getting out, beautiful. Then you can potion here and stay. But I put heavy emphasis on making sure you potion when you know for sure it's a full all-in. Don't potion in lane, like let's say like level 1 they auto you once. Oh shit, we're fighting, don't potion. That's stupid. But right there, it's a full straight up skirmish all-in, you know what I mean? Like you pop your potion. Yeah. And then right here you don't need to pop another potion, you're good. Still win the base. Yep. Base, if Sivir stays and hard shoves the wave, you're okay because it's a cannon wave. Because if she shoves, the cannon will tank long enough for you to get back to get the EXP in most cases. Yeah, that's fine. That's delayed. Beautiful. Good. Ooh, very nice. Just faster. Right here. What happens if you enter Sivir's zone of influence? She is going to auto you, right? Now, the next question is if you're gonna enter Sivir's zone of influence, right? Is it worth it to enter it? So right here, you positioning left. So right now you want to Q this entire wave, right? You standing here to Q this wave. Do you think it's worth it to enter Sivir's zone of influence here to Q this wave?
No, because I get the minions for free anyway.
You get the minions for free anyways if you stand over here, right? So, and just auto. So right here, you should be doing it. You should be mindful of it, okay? Zone of influence. Right there, boom. 2 Sivir autos. She's an idiot, so she pretty much got the exact same trade. She got the trade back, but still the point is there's no reason to enter Sivir's zone of influence. She's an idiot. I don't know what to say. She dead. Yep, and we can't do anything. Unless you think you 1v1 her, but I wouldn't try to 1v1 level 8 Sivir while I'm level 7 on Caitlyn. I'd rather just farm.
Yeah.
Zone of influence. Sag cannon. And then right here, I'm surprised you didn't walk up way sooner. Because right now, you know Amumu's top side, right? Especially now, 100%, right? 100%?
Yeah.
And then I told you, Senna's behind you, Senna's behind you. Go, go, right? You need to go forward. Like what are you doing? You know what I mean? It should just be full run towards the Sivir. Like, I don't know why you auto your minion. You don't need to set up your headshot, bro. Just run towards her, right? Run towards her. She's trying to clear the wave. Why are we hitting the minions? You gave away your headshot. You know what I mean? Run towards her. You're gonna cut her off. You know where the cutoff point is right here? You run this way. She has to run here. The cutoff point is around right here, where you fully get onto her. It's around right there, right? Assuming because both people run like this. If she runs this way, then you're already on her. Does that make sense? You're already on her.
Yeah.
And just run towards her. Why do you win this?
Got my boy right behind you.
You got your boy right behind you. Who does he got? He has nothing. He got no one. Run. You auto the minion twice. Okay, this is all your movement so far. You went like this back and forth. You went up, autoed once, autoed twice, and then never ran towards the Sivir full speed. And then you tanked a bunch of Sivir abilities, and what happens when Sivir lands abilities? Boom, you get movement speed. So you should also try to dodge stuff while you're moving towards her. So what you should do is move towards her, so that you move towards her at the same time, while also dodging her Q, so she doesn't get the movement speed. And then the cutoff point is right here, right? Where you're right here. The cutoff point is where you get full damage, where it's not like being chasing anymore. And then you can auto, land Q maybe land a trap, make her walk in a weird ways. I don't know. And then if you auto her enough, maybe you can land the ult and boom, finish her off, right?
Yeah.
Right there that you should have punished 100%. Beautiful. Beautiful. You should have went for the... Actually, I don't know what you should have went for. There was a 1 HP plate. You ended up getting it, but you sacrificed the tower shot.
Yeah.
What would I have done here? I would have just went for the plate. I'd go 1 more plate. I'd go 1 more. 1 more plate, and then if the headshot is still there from the W, then sure, shoot it. Of course, we stay here. Base. If Sivir decides to stay, you take the L. You just have to finish your base. The reason why is because Dragon is coming up in 1 minute and 10 seconds. You need to get back on the map with tempo. Because if you stay for the next wave after you hard shoves and then you base, you're going to be behind the tempo. Because you have to shove out the next wave that's spawning, and then you can set up. If you sack the wave, if Sivir pushes here instead, and then get back on the map, you'll actually be here. So you sack this wave is dying, it's all gone, right? But then now Sivir has to start basing, and then you're on the map to push this wave right here, right? Then go set up Dragon, which is up in 48 seconds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is just a go, go, go angle. Boom, damage. Push, push, push. You gotta try to land the Q on the corridor, bro. What you should have done here is you should have trapped right here, stand right here at maximum range, and then just Q through the corridor. It's so free because she doesn't know where to go. Alrighty! Let's go through the notes.
Okay.
I've covered everything I wanted to. Do you have any questions before I go into it?
No, let's go.
Alright. So, overall, approach you want for coach, approach you want moving forward. Try to win. It sounds stupid, right? But just based on the way you're playing, it doesn't seem like you're trying to win.
No.
This means pressure, being mindful of details and doing everything you can while minimizing risk, minimizing bad returns and risk.
Yeah.
It's just
like letting them breathe
be hungry. Be hungry. All right, let's go through the specific things we talked about. Let's go through some concepts randomly. One sec.
No worries.
All right. Zone of influence. That's the first concept. Zone of influence.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Range, somebody can impact. Think about speed of projectile, max range, relative to current positioning, and I guess you can factor in other things like ping, and yeah. And don't forget about yours. Don't forget, considering you're playing Caitlyn, don't forget about your own. But yeah, with this concept in mind, you can use Zone of Influence to poke your opponents. And I'll explain to you, right? When it comes to look at, you have nothing to do, but they want to last hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hit them. if they sack the minion and be like, oh, why do I get hit here? You win. Yeah. Because you don't take minion aggression because you're not autoing, and they lose the gold for that minion, and then you're just like, okay, win. If they do get hit, okay, you hit them. Now the question is going to hit more, right? If you do get to hit, can you do more? That's your question, right? Depends on the support. What's their support going to do? Is the support going to stick the head out of the bush, start throwing abilities at you? Or is their support AFK? Okay, you can do more then, right? Then you can draw Mubuku's range in this case. If it's like a brand W, you probably don't want to do more. Or maybe you can do more, right? You can do more, and then you can bait the abilities. So another thing that I didn't teach you at all with the Zone of Influence concept is purposely baiting opponents. Purposely baiting abilities. You played the game long enough. You're like D4 now. You're good enough. You understand all the max range of everyone's abilities, right? You understand how fast it comes out. So with that being said, if you know someone's in a bush, right? Let's say you're playing Caitlyn, right? And you're standing right here. Enemy AD's over here. Brand's in this bush. You know Brand's maximum range is like this, right? So then what you can do is maybe you can stand here, and then if he shoots it, you leave. And what you did was you stood in a position where you were maybe just inside the range, right? Just barely inside the range. But you already know it takes a second for it to come out. It takes half a second to go like that weird little animation, the brand of you, and then it actually hits, right? But then you're already long gone, right? So you're sitting at the maximum range on purpose to bait it out. Does that make sense? So you can do that with the concept, which I didn't talk about at all in this entire thing, but purposely bait out abilities by standing near the max range. Obviously, don't forget about flash. That's possible. They can flash and then use the ability too. So just keep that in mind. But this is very common for Blitzcrank and Thresh, playing against those two. So yeah, and obviously don't forget to use minions. That's common sense. I don't need to put in the notepad. It stops the maximum range of something, right? Like a Morgana binding, you know the max range, right? But if you stand behind a minion, the max range does not increase because it gets stopped by the minion. Does that make sense? But yeah. All right. Any questions about Zone of Influence? How to use it?
No, that's good.
Wave management. Wave management on Caitlyn. The most important thing is the first 3 waves. First 3 waves.
Okay.
Once you establish, and this will happen a lot because you're playing Caitlyn. Once you have established push, then slow it down as much as humanly possible. And this allows you to poke them, make them lose gold, or have to use mana to get gold. And it stalls time for 3rd wave.
Yeah.
As the 3rd wave is coming, okay? You want to have cleared, ideally, the 2nd wave. But you want to make sure that the wave is somewhere around over here when the third wave comes. Does that make sense? Or over here. If it's over here, you fucked up. Just saying. But you want it over here. Does that make sense? And, and the wave is here is because it's in a position where they aren't close enough to the turret where they're comfortable with actually hitting the wave. Where they're still just slightly outside of uncomfortable range. And then now you start hard chumming. And then from there, it's up to you if you want to actually cheater base, which is what you're taught. From there, actually cheater base. Or poke. I don't want to go too deep into it. If they're jungler's pathing bot, your jungler's pathing up base. If they're jungler's pathing top, poke. Any questions?
Oh, that's good.
That's like the most basic way to put it. If enemy jungler path the bot, base. If enemy jungler path top, poke. Regardless of whether your jungler's pathing, it doesn't matter. Also, you'll run into these weird things where the enemy jungler does 1, 2, 3 gank bot while you're pushing out the last 3. So it can be a worthwhile investment if you know the enemy jungler's pathing bot to ward on wave 2. So right when wave 2 is done, boom, pop a shitty ward somewhere and then get back to pushing wave 3. Does that make sense? So that is a investment that you can do. But I'd probably just wait until it happens and then die to it and then be like fuck and then learn from your lesson and then start warding. So that's my advice. But you will run into that at some point. Next up, random concepts. Where to always click to end of fountain and buy items along way. Know where to stand to buy or just get HP/mana. If a lot of mana, can use gap close abilities once to get to lane faster. Yeah, but you already know we already memorized where to stand, right, and stuff? And
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next up, last hitting versus last hitting. Last hitting. When you have to use it, you will. I don't need to teach you when you use it. You'll know when to use it. Trust it.
Yeah.
where you're like, oh shit, it's very time-heavy management where you have to stall. Otherwise, is there anything else? It's like it was just like unique situations each time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't really cover the mid game. Oh, next, push, vision, push, execute is the idea that you want when you're playing League.
Push, vision, push, execute. Okay.
Yep. If you have the and you did it all in mid game. What'd you do? You pushed. Okay, now you look to get some vision, right? But in this case, let's say you couldn't get vision, right? You farmed a camp instead. You jumped to step 4. Right? You started executing because there's no vision here because you're playing Caitlyn, right? You didn't have pink wards. You didn't really have to follow Senna to do stuff because it was really all over the place. But in bot lane, remember there was that one time push. Okay, there was vision angle to go clear pink ward. Okay, we didn't do it because we don't have a ward, so we just jumped straight to step 4. And the reason why we jumped straight to step 4 is because we know where the enemy jungler is. Right? This is gonna happen to you at some point. You're gonna do step number 1, and you're gonna start doing step number 2. We're gonna die. So you have to be very mindful of where the enemy jungler is to do step number 2. If it's too dangerous to do step number 2, don't do it. My biggest advice for you is when you push away, right? Let's say you push, and you want to get, let's say you're blue side, right? And you want to get vision. Look at their body language as you enter to go get vision. If their body language goes like this, run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just run. So look at the enemy's body language to see if the enemy jungler is there. And if they move towards you, then run. But if they're good, they'll move towards you with the jungler's not there, and then you're gonna look like a noob. But people actually do that. And I do that too when I'm on the top lane. When I'm protecting a pink ward, you'll notice me place the pink here. The enemy pushed, right? And then I'm tanking. I'm kind of tanking away, but they start moving this way. I start running towards them full speed. They'll just go this way. And then my jungler's like doing crugs or some shit. But you know why?
Yeah.
They don't want to find out.
Mind games.
They don't want to find out if my jungler's in this bush or not. Because why is Saskio running straight towards me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck off instead of entering the bush. Sometimes they're actually smart and they actually maybe saw the jungler bot side and then they don't fall for the bluff. Be careful going too close to them because they can actually jump back on you if it's a Jax or something. So if you're trying to do if you're the one trying to do the mind game, think, did they see your jungler? If they saw your jungler, they're not gonna fall for the mind games. It's like when a Thresh throws a lantern behind himself. I'm just like, that's a fucking bluff. That's 100% bluff. 100%. Like, well, if I saw the jungler like somewhere else, and you can kind of tell from their body language too. You move forward one step, if they move backwards, it's fake. It's just a fake in that situation. All right. You have any questions about anything I've talked about this entire session? This is the biggest thing.
Oh, this is good. I love all of this because lane's definitely my weakest point.
Oh yeah, 100%. I wanted to focus on lane because it just sets everything up. I didn't want to talk too much about mid game. Mid game is just push vision, push execute. Team fighting will naturally come as you do it. But my biggest advice is during team fights, start trapping, but try to save always one trap, no matter what. Okay. And that one trap will always be utilized for, unless you have to. If you have to use it. Okay, I'm not stopping you. But if it's not an emergency, save it for the Zanyas or that random GA. Or yeah. Then maybe like if you have to use it, use it. Don't save it. I think that should be good. Let me pop this for you. Oh, and I guess before the game, make sure every ruin has a reason why you ran it, right? Did you run fleet this game because you wanted more lifesteal? Did you run LT this game because they were too super tanky like this team? Okay, why did we run overheal? We ran overheal because we don't need presence for this matchup, right? We ran overheal to give us a bit more shield, and Triumph sucks, right, on Caitlyn. Or we ran POM because we want to out-sustain lane, right? Okay, do we run Alacrity or Bloodline this game? We ran Bloodline because we're not buying BT. Okay, we ran Alacrity because we are going to buy BT, right? I don't know the reasoning, right? You must have a reason for each rune. Okay, this game cut down. They look kind of tanky, right? This game coup de grace, I want to play for the early game, right? I really want to kill them level 1 or 2, right? Okay, run coup de grace. Okay, now secondary runes, biscuits. I care about the early game, right? Okay, Cosmic Insight. I want Gale Force. I want QSS, right? What else? I want I want boots plus biscuit here instead of Cosmic Insight because I want the boots movement speed and I want crazy early game, right, from the biscuits. Or you go boots plus Gale Force because you want the movement speed and like be very mindful. Okay, Celerity here because I want that tiny 3 extra movement speed for the Xerath lane, right? Gathering Storm absolute because I want all the damage I can get. I want you to look at each ruin and be super mindful of each ruin and why you are running it.
Yeah.
Okay? These are the things that are free to do. It's free to do it. Like, you don't need skill, right? You look. Well, I guess technically there's still there's some skill to it because you have to analyze, right? But I want you to be very mindful of each one. And I want you to think about your build before the game is even started. So right when the 5th champion is locked in, it's right when the 5th champion is locked in on both sides.
Yeah.
Is when you do these things. Okay, every rune. Okay, every rune's good. Okay, now what do I build? Okay, this game we're going Gale Force because Nocturne's gonna ult me. I need to now Gale Force to outspace his E plus E. Does that make sense on Caitlyn? So that is your thought process there. Okay, what do I need for damage? Okay, I'm gonna go here LDR, or I'm gonna go here cut down, and I'm gonna go PD second instead of LDR because I need the movement speed to outspace the Olaf and the Nocturne, right? And then I'm gonna go IE, or I'm gonna go LDR third and fuck IE, right? That's an angle too. So you need to think about your item build. And your ruin, like item build in this case, before the game has started. Because you don't want to get into the game and be like, oh, I'm gonna go this. Oh shit, maybe I should have gone that. You know what I mean? You need to think about it and be very deliberate. You want to have the intention already all there. Okay, we built this because of this. I told you to go LDR because I wanted you to do damage, right? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe PD was better because the movement speed allows you to do damage because you're not dead. Right? So I could have been wrong in that situation, but that was my logic. My logic is just you want pure damage up front. I thought you're going to be fine from Peel, from Kindred, and Senna, and Anivia, but that was my logic. But you can have something else, right? And whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. The intention is the most important thing. You could be wrong for all I give a shit, right? But as long as you intended what you were trying to go for, and then you learn from it. Okay, I went Rapid second against this team. Why was Rapid wrong? I needed movement speed to move faster, right? I didn't need the extra range. There are short range anyways, right? So let's say you wanted Rapid this game for some odd reason. I don't know why, right? The intention's there, but you understand why it's wrong now because you're like, okay, it didn't work because of this and that, right? So yeah. Do you have any questions about anything I talked about? That's everything.
Oh, that's good. I'm just trying to absorb everything.
Absorb everything?
Yeah.
So overall, my biggest advice is focus on the overall approach and think about the details. The biggest thing will be actually putting these into practice over time. That's going to be the hardest thing. You're going to know all these things, but you're going to think about it. You're going to have to actually try to execute and do it while you're in the game, playing a live game. And you're going to fuck up. I promise, you're going to fuck up. But as you slowly start to do it, you'll start to realize and figure things out. And you'll start to be able to build from there because these are like pillars. I gave you kind of pillars. Does that make sense? But now you have to start building upon those pillars to create like the entire like structure. Does that make sense?
I see. Yeah.
So I gave you like a couple little pieces, you know, to the puzzle. You got to find the rest of the pieces and start adding your own.